On my YouTube channel, I've made many videos on discipline, what discipline really is, and how to become disciplined. And yet, it is the one thing that I struggle with the most. I always find myself falling back into the old habits of video games, the addictions of procrastination, the drug of social media. It's been 5 years now since I've started my journey on trying to become disciplined. And the worst part is that I am an ambitious guy. I've set goals for myself. I've set goals for success. I want to be successful, right? It's not that I genuinely want to be like some nobody. And so these setbacks, they make me frustrated to such an extreme because I can't even accomplish my goals now. And so I've always relapsed, right? Until now. You know, bro, I've doubled down lately on trying to find out what addiction really is and the science behind how to overcome it. And I've found the answer, bro, backed up by human psychology. Bro, this one technique that has been literally experimented on human beings and proven to work. I found it, and it was there all along. You want to know what addiction is really all about? It's about dopamine, the happy hormone. And so you gotta know who you're fighting to defeat him, right? And in this case, your addiction. Well, you gotta realize, bro, that the drugs that you abuse or your addictions, let's say video games, right, are extremely dopaminergic activities. What that means is basically whenever you play a video game, you get these unnatural spikes in your dopamine levels. And when those spikes return to normal, your baseline, your normal, your tonic dopamine levels fall below what they're supposed to be. And that is as a result of your brain trying to compromise for all of that lost dopamine. Your dopamine literally gets used up, bro. It's not there to be released anymore when you want to study, for example. And so the next time that you use this drug, you play video games, right? Or you go into social media, you need more of it to feel the same way because now your baseline has dropped. And then the next time, even more. You become like a crackhead, bro. And when your dopamine levels fall way below normal, the only thing you find interesting is that drug that you abuse. Is that vice? Is that addiction? Because nothing else releases the same amount of dopamine anymore for you, bro. That's literally why you literally cannot get disciplined. Because every single thing that you do after playing video games is extremely unpleasant on a neurological level. That is studying, training, hitting the gym, etc. What you must realize, bro, is that pleasure and pain are co-located in the brain. What that means is basically the same part of your brain that accounts for pleasure is the same part that accounts for pain, and it literally works like a seesaw. What that means is when you play video games, your pleasure goes up, right? But at the same time, your pain goes down. That's how ecstatic you feel, right? And then when you get off video games, your pleasure goes down, and that's not it. Your pain increases as well. That's why it's so hard to get off video games, social media, and all of that stuff, right? Well, if it's hard to get off something because now you are literally neurologically manufactured to literally feel pain when you do so, what's the best thing to do? Not to go on there in the first place, right? Let me explain. Dr. Anna Lemke, a psychiatrist that has been working with severe addiction patients in Silicon Valley for over 20 years and actively researching on them, found that this is what works best: a dopamine fast, a 30-day dopamine fast. You might have heard this also known as dopamine detox. Man, it all came back to this. I wish I had taken it seriously back then when Hamza said it, bro. But anyway, she found out that most of her patients, when described a 30-day dopamine fast, they overcame the addiction in the sense that they did not feel the same urges anymore. They were able to completely control it as long as they had some systems in place to control it. And that's where my ego held me back from dopamine detox. Because all this time I've been thinking, oh man, why should I delete all those apps from my phone? Why should I hand my phone into my brothers or my family so that I don't have access to it? I'm too disciplined. When I say I'm not going to do anything, I'm not going to do it. That ego has blinded me for so long because, bro, this is not some common folk that you're going up against. This is these large social media, video game industries, and some more sinister industries that you know what I'm talking about. That's who you're up against. And they've literally programmed everything that you see to make you addicted, bro. It's not as simple as it seems. Especially for me and you, if you're related to me this far. Their lives, their focus, their moods, their happiness improved so much in just 30 days. The reason this works is because it's a sort of a reset. It resets your metabolic, your reward pathways, right? Because when you stop bombarding your reward pathways by these extreme stimuli, these extreme dopaminergic activities, these extreme spikes in dopamine from video games, junk food, these drugs, all of this sort of stuff, right? Your baseline tonic levels, they return back to normal. And maybe even more than normal in terms of dopamine. And that is when you start finding other things interesting, such as studying. Hard work literally becomes easier, bro. Because now you have that 20% extra motivation in you, bro. Because now your dopamine is back to normal and maybe even higher than normal, bro. And so now you find studying interesting. So you spend more time in studying, further taking you away from the addiction. You see how powerful this is? There was a study conducted by a scientist called Shuckett. Man's name was Shuckett, bro. He basically took this group of depressed men who were addicted to alcohol. And all he did was admit them into a hospital. He didn't treat them with any antidepressants. He didn't treat their depression at all. All he did was take away their alcohol access completely for 30 days. And 30 days later, most of them had lost their symptoms for major depression. They're no longer depressed anymore, bro. Here's what I plan to do, right? This is the calendar that I use for habit tracking. Right, a 30-day calendar. You can literally search up generalblue.com or whatever this website is, right? And write December 2023 calendar, right? And choose this one where you can write notes in the bottom. A 30-day dopamine fast. And bro, by the way, I relapsed on the first day, but that was before I started the fast, so that's calm, right? Dopamine detox. I'm literally resetting my brain for success, and this is based completely on science. Learn from Andrew Huberman, the man himself, right? There's 5 things that I've based this fast on, and I highly recommend you to do the same, bro, because these 5 things, they are the greatest vices of our age, of our generation, bro. You take them away, you literally detox your mind, you literally reset your brain for success. And what are the 5 things? Number 1, no video games. None at all. No social media. No junk food. No music. And the best, no phone. Bro, I'm only on the 3rd day and all I can say so far is I am excited. Bro, I'm so excited. I'm so excited as to what the results behold for me after this 30-day period. Because I can start to see my potential start to unravel, bro. And here's exactly how I've planned to do it, right? Video games. I have deleted all the video games that I have. Deleted them completely. Because I'm pretty sure you've done this as well. I was coping with this for weeks, saying that, oh wait, but on the weekends, bro, I get so much time in the afternoons and the evenings because what if I get all my work done in the mornings? Then what I'm gonna do later? I'm gonna be so bored. That is a cope. That's an excuse. You gotta realize that your excuses are lies. They're fabricated, bro. Because what happened every single time was whenever a weekend comes, from the morning till sunset and till night, late at night even, I get onto my phone. Or I go onto my video games because they're so addictive and I stay on them for the remainder of the day and I get no work done. This is why it's a cope. And now that I've started to realize that, bro, I put these things away and I actually have so much work to do. I can busy myself with watching a podcast, doing anything productive. That is much more rewarding than simply playing a video game. And for junk food, with this one, bro, I was being a bit of a coward, I can't lie. I was saying, oh wait, but who draws the line where? Like, how do you know what is junk food and what's not? Literally just search it up. I was being a coward, bro. You need to man up, just search it up. If it's junk food, don't eat it. And what I've done is, this is what you need to do. This is where the change comes in. This is what you need to do. This is what makes this different than any other technique we've tried before, bro. I've told this to every single one of my family members, to my brothers, to my friends as well. I'm gonna tell them to my friends, right? I told my parents as well. So that I feel shame, and I'm shamed by them if I indulge in any one of these activities. If they see me playing video games, they see me eating junk food, I'm shamed. I feel like a loser, a coward, a disappointment. And you must have that feeling that pushes you not to indulge in these vices, bro. And for no phone, this is the most powerful one. Because triggers, they always come from your phone. Always they come from your phone. Trigger to relapse, they always come from your phone. When you're accomplished or when you're sad, it's always your phone in hand that lets you to, either go into social media or do something much more sinister. Or go ahead, eat some junk food, play some video games. What I've done is, at the morning, and preferably before I even wake up, I tell my mom, okay, the night before, that please, I convince her, take my phone away. I used to hate this, by the way, right? When she took my phone away. But now I'm saying it myself to her. Bro, please take this phone away from me. And do not give it to me unless I have to go outside for some reason. Or before I go to sleep to put my alarm for the morning. I have no access to my phone other than that. And this literally means I have no access to the drug at all, bro. How am I going to relapse now? This will literally reset my dopamine levels and make me disciplined because I literally do not have access to the drug anymore. This is also great because it will teach me that I can live life without these vices. I never needed music in the first place to hit the perfect workout. I never needed those loser friends of mine to play video games because where I would have felt left out. I now feel like, bro, I've left them behind in the race of life and I've raced ahead. I've saved so much time from not playing video games and I can actually make progress on my goals now, bro. I don't listen to music anymore, so I'm more content now because I'm not sinning anymore. I'm getting closer to Allah and that makes me happier. Now because you don't have any access to video games or your phone, there's going to be no triggers. And triggers, those subtle triggers, is what leads to us relapsing. Now let's talk about relapses, bro. The one thing that we can collectively agree upon as being the one that we find most aversive, the one that we hate the most. To talk about relapses, we need to talk about cravings. And you must understand, bro, that there's two categories of people. And you fall and I fall in either one of those two categories. The first category of people is those that get the cravings to relapse when they are feeling low, when things are not going great, right? They want escapism. That's why they get the cravings then. They're wired that way. You can think about this as some drug such as weed or something like that, right? Which gives you escapism. The second category of people, and this is me, right? They get the cravings when things are going great. Life's great. I've accomplished something, such as the 30-day streak. I've accomplished something great, and now I feel like I want to celebrate. And it's not really that reward that they want of celebrating. It's that I want to relax part. It's that losing the hypervigilant state, losing the alert state that, oh, let me relax now, bro. Because they want another reward on top of the reward that they gained. For example, junk food or video games or social media. Validation from social media. And that is what leads to cravings in the second type of people. And this understanding of which category you fall into is extremely crucial so that you can place more barriers in place when you are most vulnerable. For example, now that I know that I'm most vulnerable when I feel accomplished. At that moment, when I feel great, when I'm like, oh, this day went so well, I did everything that I was supposed to do. At that point, I will hand my phone over to my brothers. I will remind my brother, I'll go ahead, as an emergency button, I'll remind everyone that, oh, bro, if you see me lacking, shame me for it. If you, around any time this point, if you see me playing video games or junk food or social media in my hand, shame me for it. Okay, like make me feel bad, force me to get back to work, or I'll set another goal that I'll want to accomplish now, bro. I'll get busy again because I know at this point I'm most vulnerable. And now what happens if you relapse though? Bro, this is what you cannot do. What you cannot do is see this as some sort of streak that you have to get to this state to feel happy. And if you lose that streak, you relapse midway, you've lost all your progress. No. Bro, you literally went from relapsing every 2 days to, let's say, relapsing every 15 days now because you relapse on day 15. That is such a great accomplishment. Why would you disregard it? Get back to fasting. Get to day 30. Get from day 15 to day 30. Do not start all over again, bro. Because you are making progress. I must warn you now, however, bro. It will get worse before it gets better. In the words of Andrew Huberman himself, the first 10 days are gonna suck, quite honestly. Physical agitation, anxiety, trouble falling asleep, depending on what you're addicted to. They're gonna suck. They're gonna be miserable. But day 10 to 20 is when you're gonna start seeing the sunshine. You're gonna start seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. You're gonna start seeing the rewards, the dopamine surges. And then day 20 to 30 is when the sun rises and you feel all better again. You feel much better, much more ecstatic, much more motivation than you did before you stopped using the drug. Now, my bro, I've officially started my 30-day fast and I invite you to fast with me because together we can overcome, conquer ourselves, conquer our addictions, these vices, and find that better life that is waiting for us outside of this 30-day period. Because, bro, are you gonna let your vices drag you down into the depths of misery? Will you choose to be at the mercy of your drugs? Or will you choose to take action, drop that ego? The choice is officially yours, man. Will you choose to do what is proven to work now? Because men learn from their mistakes, but wise men learn from the mistakes of others. I'm telling you, bro, this is it. Inshallah, this is it, bro. Leave a comment down below if you're in, and I will interact with it. I want to see you grow with me, bro. And by the way, for the 10-day mark, the 20-day mark, and the 30-day mark, I will upload a community post and I will ask you whether you're still in or not. I will ask you if you've relapsed to get back, bro. Because I haven't given up and I will not let you give up, bro. And by the way, if you take on this challenge with me, or even if there's something holding you back, I offer personal one-on-one coaching in which I will provide you the max value. And together we will strive to overcome your obstacles that you face in the path on the journey to self-improvement. The first link in the description is for you if you're interested in that. I will see you there, bro. And as always, may Allah guide us and keep us steadfast. I will always root for you, bro. Ma salam. Take care, yeah.